Hey there! Today I wanted to talk about transitioning between butterflies and weaves. I think in the beginning what ends up happening is people know how to do this butterfly and then they don't really know how to transition into a weave, so they open their arms up like this and then they're doing the weave like this, which works, it does, and one of the things that happens when you do this is you no longer see the circle of the weave. So I think what's maybe slightly slicker is if you can do some sort of transition like this that allows you to turn to the weave, and then like this that allows you to turn to the butterfly, and then like this that allows you to turn to the weave, and then like this that allows you to turn to the butterfly, or like this to turn to the weave, and then this to turn to the butterfly, and this to turn to the weave, and this to turn to the butterfly. Now the first two that I did, which were nice and slick, I was standing here, I'll go really slow so you can see what I'm doing. I would not expect this to be easy to do in the beginning because you have to have independent hand stalling down. So a stall is where you're taking the poi, bringing it to a stop, and generally changing the direction. And so what I did with this one was, I'll show you back view. I'm in overhand butterfly doing the right stall. I took my right poi on the front plane and I stalled it out here. And then I crossed my left hand on top to go into the weave. Now, easier said than done, especially in the beginning when you may not have independent hands, rub your head, pat your belly down. And then the left hand version of that one is same basic thing. You take your left hand out, you stall it here, and then you bring your right hand over the top. So if I showed you those again, a little quicker, right stalls on the front plane, left comes over the top, you're in your overhand weave. And then if I showed you the left stall again, left stalls out to the side, right comes over the top into the overhand weave. Now, I think that one is much harder to learn than this tap back. With the tap back, you don't have to actually have the same level of control. With the stall, you have to be able to feel when it stops and then you have to change the direction of it. With a tap back, the tap itself forces the poi to change direction, so that can make it a little bit easier. So for that one, let me demonstrate it again. You're here in your butterfly. I'm going to do the right stall, which will be on the left side of your screen. You separate your arms. Sorry, I said stall, I meant tap back. And then you're going to bisect the plane of the poi of your right hand by lifting your right leg and letting it tap on the inside of your thigh, and boom, that very nicely goes into the weave. So watch again. I separate my arms, lift my right leg, tap, turn, go into my weave. Let me show you again. I'm in my overhand butterfly, lift the right leg, turn right, and go into the weave. Alternately, if you prefer to do it with your left hand, same basic thing. You're going to lift your left leg and tap the inside of your left leg and turn left to the overhand weave. You're in your butterfly, bisect the plane of the left poi with the left leg, and then go into the weave. And then you'll notice I am separating slightly to make space so that this poi doesn't hit the lifting leg, and I can just bisect the plane of the other poi to do the tap back. Now, part two of this problem, because I showed you what people typically do when they're doing their butterfly to get to their weave, and now you just see the lines and you don't see the circles. Similarly, if you're here in your weave and all you know how to do is this, or you're plane shifting to get into the butterfly, you no longer see the circles of the butterfly. So to preserve the circles from here, what we can do is this. I'm going to lift my left leg, I'm going to tap my left leg, and then after I tap, turn to my right to go into the butterfly. Let me show you that back view. I'm here in the weave. I'm going to lift my left leg up a little, turn it out so that I can tap on the inner thigh, and then turn to the right into the butterfly. I'm in the weave. I'm going to tap the left poi, turn right to butterfly. Now, if you're having a hard time doing that with both hands, there's a couple things that might be challenging. First of all, you might be better off doing it this way, where you tap, turn, have the arms separated, and then bring them together into your butterfly. You might not be prepared to pop right into the butterfly. If you're struggling but you want to try that, make note of which hand you prefer on top because it is a different kinesthetic. So if you prefer the right hand on top, what you have to remember is here, when you open up the weave and you tap, that the left hand has to end up on the bottom like that. Alternately, if you prefer the left hand on top, you have to remember to aim high so that it ends up above the other hand when you're going into the butterfly on your front plane. Either way, it's probably helpful to just try and do this a couple times where you tap and turn and imagine you're in the butterfly. Where you tap and turn and imagine you're in the butterfly. And then you can do both of the transitions, ignoring the other hand. So you lift your left leg, tap on the inside, over here, I'm in my weave, I'm in my weave, I open up my weave, I tap, I turn, I'm in my butterfly, I lift my leg, I tap, I go into my weave, and then I open it up, and then I tap, and I'm in my butterfly, and third time, tap, turn, I go into my weave, open my legs, tap, and come back to butterfly. Let's do the same thing with the right hand. You're in your butterfly, you bisect the plane with the right leg, you turn, you go into your weave, you turn out your right leg and lift, tap, turn left to the butterfly. Lift your right leg, turn to the weave, open it up, tap, turn back to the butterfly. Lift your right leg, and then from your weave, open it up, tap, and turn. So with the poi, we'll do the left ones first. 5, 6, 7, and tap, turn, go into your weave. Now open up your weave. 5, 6, 7, tap, turn, and 5, 6, 7, tap, turn to your weave, open it up, 5, 6, 7, tap, here, separated, bring it together, and 5, 6, 7, 8, tap, turn, and open it up, 5, 6, 7, 8, tap, and turn. Now let's go to the right. So 5, 6, 7, right leg lifts, turn right, overhand weave, open it up, and tap, 5, 6, 7, tap, turn left, back to butterfly, or you would turn to here, then come into the butterfly, and 5, 6, 7, lift the right leg, tap, turn into the weave, open it up, and tap, turn left. Oops, I did that really fast, sorry. You're in your weave, open it up, and 5, 6, 7, tap and turn, and then come together in your butterfly. And 5, 6, 7, 8, lift, tap, turn to the right. Now open it up and tap with your right poi and turn left into your butterfly.